In this session, we are going to see how to create a custom object. So maybe you can ask like why we need to create custom object. So before we going to jump into that, we're gonna recap what we have discussed up to now. We discussed about of what is CRM, what is cloud computing. Then after discussed about of what is Salesforce CRM and its additions. Then and we discussed about of what is Sales Cloud and what is Service Cloud. Now we are going to see the custom object. So when we create the custom object, if you see the Sales Cloud, we got some standard object. What we call these standard object. All these objects called standard object. Who provided these? These are provided by the Salesforce. In Sales Cloud, the people who are in sales business, they can capture automatically their information into these objects. Just like a database, this is a database. In this database they can store their business information. If they have any accounts, they can store accounts in this account object. Contacts in this contact object. Campaigns, if they are conducting any campaigns regarding their product, they will store campaign information in this campaign object. The same way, if they got any opportunities, how they get the opportunities? When they find the leads, if the lead interested in their product, the lead will be converted into opportunity, account and contacts, etc. These are the standard. Salesforce knows the how the sales business functioning in the market. So that's why they design this system. For example, if we take a business called KFC, we are not sure whether KFC using Salesforce or not, but just imagine KFC want to use this Salesforce. If they want to store their accounts information, KFC accounts information, they can store into this account object. In the same way, they would like to store their head office information, their outlets information, their employees information, etc. So at that time we have to check whether we got any head office or outlet objects in Salesforce. How can we check it? We just click on this gear icon, then it's gonna open a new tab. There we will check it. Then click on object manager. In the quick find search box, we can search an object. What object? KFC want to store their head office information. We have to search that that object is not available because that is a custom functionality. So at that time, Salesforce given an option to create a custom object. If you see this create, here you can see custom object. So we can create a custom object called head office. So depends on their business requirement, we can create a custom object. So what is the requirement now? KFC want to store their business information, their head office information, their outlet information. In the same way, they would like to store their employees information also. Check it. Do you have any employee object? Right now we haven't got any employee object. So we have to create that employee object also. Now I'm gonna show how to create the objects. So click on this. So object name is head office. Should be plural. So I'm just gonna leaving remaining as it is. Then click on save. The head office object is created. Now show that one in the tabs area. What we have to do? We need to create a tab. Click on home. Type tab. Click on tabs. Then click on new button. So select the object what we created and its tab style. Depends on the object type, we have to give the tab style. I'm going to select this, then click on next and click on next, then click on save. Now create one more object called outlets, custom object. Just give outlet and plural label outlets. Click on save and go back to here. Give the tab, click on tabs, select outlet, give the tab style, click on next, click on next, then click on save. Now one more object called employees. Employees, click on save, click on tabs, select the tab style. So click on any of tab style, next, next, click on save. So as per the requirement, we created 3 objects. Go back to here, click on this, see the objects. Those objects not available here. So how can we those object tabs? Click on add more items, click on all, head office, and outlets, employees. Add, then click on save. Now you can see those objects over here. So the requirement is fulfilled. What is the requirement? KFC said they would like to capture their head office information, outlets information, and their employees information. So if you click on head office, click on new, we just got only head office name field, and they said they want to capture some more fields. So what are the fields? Would like to capture all these fields. So this field is came as default when we creating the object. Now we have to create these fields.
Let's close this. Click on this gear icon. Click on Object Manager. Type Head Office. Click on this. Click on Field and Relationships. Then click on New. So we already got head office name. So what else we need? We need head office country, address, contact number, email ID, manager of head office, opening hours. Yeah, go back to the org. So head office country. Take it as a text. Click on next. Country. Length 255. Click on next. Click on next. And click on save new. What is the next one is address. For address, I'm going to take text area long. Address. Next. Next. Click on new. The next one is contact number. Contact number, take it as a phone. Contact number. Next. 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 Save new. The next one is email ID. Select email. Click on next. Next. Click on save new. The next one is manager of head office.
This field is not creating now. I will create this field later. When? After creating the fields of employee. Why I will create manager of head office later? I will explain at the time of creating this field. Now I'm gonna create opening hours. Go back to the developer org. Click on new. So opening hours. Opening hours, take it as a text. The length takes 18 characters. Click on next, next, and save. So head office field creation is done. So these are the fields we got in the head office. Now we will see what are the fields do we need to create in outlet object. Go back to the slide. We need head office location, outlet ID, outlet location, country, store manager name, contact number, address, number of employees working, opening time, city manager, monthly revenue, drive through, email ID. Here I'm not going to create head office location and store manager fields right now. I'm gonna create later. While I creating these fields, explain why I'm creating at the time. So there is a relationship between these two objects. What is that relationship? So under the head office, we got outlets. For example, in UK, we got our head office in London. In India, we got our head office in Delhi. For example, tomorrow onwards, KFC decides they would like to stop doing the business in India. So they want to delete all their outlets. For example, in India, they have like thousands of outlets. Instead of deleting each outlet, if they delete India head office, all the outlets under the head office should have to be deleted. If we got that situation, we will establish a relationship between this head office and outlet object. That relationship is called master detailed relationship. I'm repeating again. For example, if KFC decide to stop business in India, if they want to delete all the branches in India, instead of deleting each branch, if they delete head office, all outlets should have to be deleted. If that is the requirement, in that case, we will establish a relationship between head office object and outlet object. What relationship? The relationship is master detail relationship. In the same way, vice versa. For example, in the employee object also we got some fields. Here we got store manager. Sometimes the employees they got a better job in a different company. He will left the KFC. At that time, we have to only delete that employee, not complete outlet. In that situation, we will create a lookup relationship between these two objects, outlet and employee. I'm repeating again. Here, if we delete this head office, all outlets have to be delete. If delete the employee, only employee have to be delete. Outlets still have to be there. If this is the requirement, there we create a master detail between head office and outlet, lookup relationship between outlet and employee. That's why here I haven't created manager of head office. Once we create the fields in the employee, I will establish a relationship between this one and this one. So what relationship? I'm repeating again. I'm going to establish a master detail relationship between head office and outlet. Between outlet and employee, lookup relationship. In our further session, you're gonna see types of relationships in Salesforce. We got different relationships. We're gonna see all those. So now I'm going to the org and creating these fields. Go back to the org, type outlet. Here we already got outlet name. So next we need to create outlet location. Take it as a text. Click on next. Taking as 50 characters. Click on save and new. United Kingdom, USA, India, Australia, Canada. Yeah, that's it. Click on next, next, save and new. Here I'm going to take the store manager as a lookup to employee. Next, contact number, we can take it as a phone. Next, next, save and new. The next field is address. The data type is text area. Next, next, save and new. Next field is number of employees working. Take it as a number. Click on next. Click on next. Save and new. The next field is opening times. This one also has the text. Next, next, save and new. The next field is city manager. So this one also be a lookup field. Just leave that one for a while. We're going to create the next field is monthly revenue. Take this one as a currency. Next, monthly revenue. Next, save and new. Email ID. Select email. Next, next. That's it. So then click on save. What next? Need to create fields for employee object. What are those fields? These are the fields we need to create on an employee object. Go back to the org. Type employee. Click on employee. Click on fields. Click on new. So the fields title, take it as a pick list. Mr. Mrs. Miss. Next, next, save and new. The next one is first name. Take text. Take 50 characters. The same for last name also. Take text, last name. Next, same length, 50 characters. Next, next, save and new. What's the next one? Employee ID. Employee ID, take it as a number. EMP ID. Next, next, save and new. Grade level. Take this one as a text. So in real time, we take all these depends on the business requirement. The business people will declare what kind of data type do we need to give. Next, save and new. Next one is SSN number. Take it as a number. Click on next. Next, save and new. The last one is address. Take text area, address. Next, next. That's it. Yeah, so employee fields also created. Now, what are the fields left? We need to create manager of head office location in outlet, and store manager. So go to the outlet object first. So click on object manager, type outlet. Take this one as a master detail relationship field. Select head office. Next, take this one as a location as per the requirement. Next, next, and one more field called store manager. Take this one as a lookup to employee. This one as a store. Next, 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 and one more field, city manager. Save and new. Take this one also a lookup to the employee object. Next, name it as city manager. Click on next. Click on next. Next. Save it. Now go and see the outlet object fields. Yeah, these are the fields. If you see the head office location and store manager, city manager or lookup fields. If you click on this, you can add a new head office. Right now we haven't got any head offices. That's why it's not showing anything. Just go back to the outlets and create one head office. London, United Kingdom. Save. Now go to the outlets. Create one. One outlet is in Manchester. Now you can see the London head office. If you want to create a new one, you can create here. So instead of Manchester, take Hyderabad. This outlet is under the head office of Delhi. Have you seen, like when you click on that new head office, it's open a pop-up. Head office object fields pop-up. So through outlet object, we can create head office also. That's the way we establish relationship. What relationship between head office and outlet? Master detail. Through this one, we can create or we can access employees. Right now we haven't got any employees. So we can create employee from here. Stephen Mike, title Mr. First name Stephen, last name Mike, employee ID 123456, grade level A, SSN number, give something like, yeah, so click on save. Then click on save. So outlet is created, head office created, and employee object also created. So what is our requirement? What we discussed earlier? Tomorrow onwards, KFC decided stop business in India. When they're stopping business, they have to delete all outlets one by one. If they want to delete outlets one by one, it's going to take a lot of time. So instead of deleting each outlets one by one, we can simply go to the head office. If we delete this delete head office, all the outlets under the head office will be deleted. Right now we got only one outlet. Create two more outlets. Mumbai, Delhi head office, save. So one more, Chennai, under the delete, save. Now go to the head office object, select this and delete. Now go back to the outlets and check it. See, all the outlets has been deleted. Now create one outlet, name it as a Newcastle upon time outlet, outlet location Newcastle upon time, head office under the London, employee create Richard, surname is Lord, click on save, click on save. Now Richard is a manager of Newcastle outlet, but he got a new job in Burger King or McDonald's. So at the time, what is our requirement? We have to remove the employee, but this employee is also in outlet. So if we remove the employee, outlet shouldn't be removed. If that is the requirement, we have to establish a lookup relationship between outlet and employee object. That's it, the creation of objects and its relationships. Quickly, I'm going to recap what we have done. What is the requirement? KFC would like to capture their head office, outlets, and employees' information. Under the head office, we captured all these fields. In outlet, we are capturing this information. In the employee object, these are the details we are capturing. And go back to the slide. What is one more requirement? Whenever an employee left their company, we have to remove that employee. Employee, the store manager got a better job in a different company. He left. At that time, we have to remove that employee. What is the other requirement? If we delete head office, all the outlets associated to that head office would be removed. So this is the field linking between these two objects. So if we delete the head office, all the outlets linked to this head office should have to be removed. And we taken a requirement. We created two head offices in the org. Delhi belongs to India, London belongs to United Kingdom. So under the Delhi we got 20,000 outlets. Under the London head office we got 20,000 outlets. So KFC decided to stop business in India. So what we have to do? We have to delete all the outlets under the Delhi. So in the org, if we delete manually each outlet, it's going to take a lot of time. So that's why we established a relationship between head office and outlets. If we delete the Delhi head office, all the outlets linked to this Delhi head office would be removed. For that, we established a relationship between head office and outlet. What is that relationship? Master detail relationship. So here head office is the parent and outlet is a child. So if we delete the parent record, the child will be automatically deleted. If your requirement is just opposite to master detail, then it is called lookup. If you remove employee, outlet not is removing. Then lookup. So employee to outlet lookup, head office to outlet master. That's it. So far in this data model we gone through how to use objects and create custom objects. Depends on business requirement. In this video we focused on creation of custom objects, fields and relationships between objects. Now I'm going to show you a tool that helps us to create objects and fields in couple of minutes. A tool name called Schema Builder. This is a great tool for visualization and edit your data model. It is useful for designing and understanding complex data models. So click on this gear icon, type Schema Builder. Yeah, here you can see, click on this. If you would like to clear all these, in the left panel you can click on clear all. And what objects we created? We created head office, outlets and employee. Just select those, selecting that, and outlet and employee. Then click on auto layout. Now you will see something like this. Notice that you can drag these objects around the canvas. What we call this? This is called canvas. We can move these objects around the canvas. This one does not change our objects and relationships. Here it helps us visualize the data model in a useful way. So this is a handy tool provided by the Salesforce. Through this we can explain relationships between the objects in our data model. It's not only useful for visualization. Through this we can create objects also. In the left sidebar, if you click on this Elements tab, click the object and drag onto the canvas. Through this we can also create the object. In earlier we created the object in a multiple screens. In Schema Builder we no need to go all that process. We can simply create the object over here. And one more thing, if you would like to add some more fields into these objects, we can simply add those fields. For example, if you want to add a number field, you can simply drag and drop onto a particular object. You can see the employee object. If I drag and drop onto the outlet, you can see the outlet object. So using Schema Builder, we can easily create the objects and those fields, and we can visualize the relationship between the objects. Yeah, that's it for the Schema Builder. So what we learned in this session, we gone through the standard objects and learn how to create custom objects and fields inside the objects, and also establish relationship between these objects. So what we learned in this session, we covered objects, fields and records and created relationship between the objects. That's it. Thank you.